about the devices or the working of the devices which are used to reduce air pollution. Now we will continue with the same thing. So now we will discuss the strategies to reduce air pollution. What are the strategies that can be used to reduce air pollution? Economic strategies. In economic strategies, penalties, subsidies and bubble theory. So in the economic strategies are penalties, subsidies and bubble theory. Technical strategies, hybrid vehicles, alternative fuels and alternative energy vehicles. Fourth one, effective traffic management. Next, legislation as a means to reduce air pollution. So these are the strategies that can be used to reduce air pollution. Now let us discuss one by one. First, let us discuss about the economic policy measures which can be used to reduce air pollution. Different taxation for leaded and unleaded petrol. To increase the efficiency of the vehicle, leaded petrol is used, but that will cause us more damage to the environment because it releases some harmful gases into the atmosphere. So different tax for leaded petrol, if more tax is added, so then definitely the usage will be reduced. So in that way we can reduce the pollution. Fuel fuel price surcharges based on the lead content petrol or in the sulfur content in the diesel. So by fuel price surcharges we can reduce because it depends on the lead content present in the petrol or sulfur content in the diesel, so that the oil refineries will produce clean fuels. Next, lower taxes for clean fuels like CNG, alcohol and other biofuels. So, if lower taxes are applied for the clean vehicles which uses clean fuels like compressed natural gas, alcohol and other fuels. Lower duties and taxes for fuel efficient vehicles. So for fuel efficient vehicles, the lower duties and taxes will be added, and lower duties and taxes on the purchase of less polluting vehicles, and tax deduction for the vehicles which uses the emission control devices like a catalytic converter or any other devices. It is mandatory to use low or non-polluting vehicles even in the government offices to expand the market for this kind of vehicles, and even it to reduce the manufacturing cost. Now let us discuss about the bubble theory. So this is very important theory in reducing air pollution. So bubble means it is an air pollution controlling system which permits aggregate measurements of allowable emission for a single category of pollutants, for emission points from a specified emission generating system. So the definition of bubble, it is very important. You should not change one word also. That means it will change the complete meaning. So the term bubble, it means an air pollution controlling system which permits aggregate measurements of allowable emission for a single category of pollutants from the emission points and from a specified generating system. So if you take an industrial area, there will be more emission points. So whatever how many emission points are there, but we are taking it as an aggregate emission points. We are taking it as an aggregate. So that will be considered as one bubble. And these emission standards are specific programs set up for attaining the national ambient air quality standards. So these emission standards are the specific programs that are set up to attain the national ambient air quality standards. And all these emission points in a plant is controlled by an equal amount of compliance. So whatever, in some emission points the emissions will be more, or in some it will be less, but all the emission points in a plant are controlled by equal amount of compliance. And the belief is that when the security prices occasionally rises and their fundamental values until at some point the bubble bursts and the prices drops quietly, quickly. So the prices drop quickly. So usually they believe that when the security prices rises, the fundamental values are the bubble bursts and the prices drop quickly. And with less cost, it yields a larger reduction of emission levels. With less cost, it yields a larger reduction in the emission levels. So this is bubble theory. So hybrid vehicles. So a vehicle that uses an internal combustion engine and one or more electrical motors, we call it as hybrid vehicles. So a vehicle which uses two or more distinct power sources. Distinct power sources, one might be internal combustion engine and the other will be electric motor. That kind of vehicle we call it as hybrid vehicles. Examples for hybrid vehicles: electric bicycles, mopeds, kick scooters, electric kick scooters, in which the power is delivered from the internal combustion engine or by electric motor. These are the examples for hybrid vehicles. What are the advantages of hybrid vehicles? So definitely it achieves greater fuel economy by 30% more than a petrol vehicle. So whatever the efficiency a petrol vehicle will give, it achieves more than 30% if it uses hybrid vehicles, and lower emissions compared to the petrol vehicles. So when petrol vehicles are used, emissions will be more, but compared to petrol vehicles, emissions will be less. And even it reduces the air emissions, and the smog formation will take place. That will be 90% pollutants up to 90%, and carbon dioxide emissions will be by 50%. That means it reduces the emissions which causes pollutants, which causes smog. It will be by 90%, and the carbon dioxide emissions will be reduced by 50%. And even noise emissions will also, pollution will also be reduced. And batteries, whatever we are using, they are environmentally friendly or eco-friendly, and the braking is used to charge the batteries. So what are the disadvantages? Definitely the cost is more due to the modification of the engine. The cost is more, and it is heavier also to the especially the battery, due to the battery. So the size becomes, it is heavier, and the risk of accidents will be more as we are storing high amount of voltage in its batteries. So battery replace schedules are unknown. So how many days that battery will work? So it is unknown. So catalytic converter. So definitely it is a device which is used, which is fixed to the internal combustion and to the vehicle, and that reduces the emissions from the internal combustion engine. This is one catalytic converter. So it works by a catalyst to stimulate the chemical reaction in which the emissions are the byproducts of the combustion, are harmful byproducts of the combustion will be converted into less harmful inert substances, or for example highly poisonous carbon monoxide will be converted into carbon dioxide. And it is also used on the generator sets, mining equipments, trucks, and aeroplanes, trains, and other equipped machines. This catalytic converter can be used. alternative fuels. So definitely instead of using the petrol and diesel, if you use alternatives, the emission levels has been reduced. Now let us discuss some of the alternative fuels which will help in reducing the emission levels. First one, oxyhydrogen burns. So oxyhydrogen. So oxyhydrogen, definitely it is a non-polluting fuel. It is a non-polluting fuel. Next one, hydrogen. So hydrogen, it does not produce, when you use hydrogen as a fuel, it does not produce the carbon dioxide as a product of combustion. And when carbon dioxide is not produced, definitely it will not cause any damage to the, especially if carbon dioxide is more, it causes greenhouse effect, that will be reduced. And this, what are the advantages of this hydrogen? High energy content, definitely low emissions, and fuel efficiency will be high, and it is eco-friendly. The third alternative fuel, CNG, or compressed natural gas. It reduces the emissions of hydrocarbons, carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases. What are the advantages of compressed natural gas? It is the best choice for the fast depleting fossil fuels. It is eco-friendly fuel and it reduces the emission of greenhouse gases. It is cheaper than petrol and diesel. It increases the life of lubricating oil. It makes the engine more cleaner and efficient. It requires less maintenance. Now let us discuss about the disadvantages of CNG. It is not available in all the cities. It is not available in all the cities, and it needs engine modifications. It needs engine modification, and it needs more storage space to keep the cylinders. Risk of accidents will be more due to the leakage of the cylinder. They do not give good speed. So these are the disadvantages of CNG. So by this we come to the end of second part of caring for our soil. In the next class we will discuss about the traffic management